Okay, decided to do this one in real time. Because I'm going to be showing you the blank, the pendant and the ring. So I'm just going to make these three into rings, and then we'll go to the bandsaw then and do the cutting of the other stuff. So basically I'm just looking to see where I want the ring hole, and making sure that I've left enough space around everything. Yeah, that's perfect. Right, we'll go down this one. I'll leave a little bit more wood on this bit. Centre again. Could do with a clamp to hold this really. Go in for the third one. So I'm just trying to get the, I don't want too much wood, because we need enough for the resin. Right. Right, we'll go with this one. I'm going to have to go back through that one. Right, that's the three of them done. I'm quite happy with that one. So we'll go and cut them up on the bandsaw now. I'm not going to bore you with that. I will put that onto time lapse. Okay, that's them all cut up. I've decided that this will be the pendant I'm going to make. This is going to be the ring, and this is going to be the blank. So I'll be able to put these away. I actually have boxes to get them into. Just wanted to say as well, with the Forstner bits, I've actually done a guide for the rings. I did 17mm for that one there, which actually equates to O, but by the time, as you can see, there's not much difference between the 17 and 18. By the time I actually sand it, that will end up about a Q. So doing it the 17mm gives me a bit to sort of being able to clear it out on the inside, and you just keep sanding it until it gets up to the size that you want. Then it actually happens very quickly. So what we're going to do now is we're going to shape everything on the sander. I do all the shaping on the bench sander now. So I'll sand them all flat, clean all the edges up, and this one I'll actually take to the bandsaw and I'll shape. I always put a pencil. With the rings, I always try and get a rough idea of sizes right now, and then I adjust it from there. So I'm going to be talking about there, and then I always make the top of the ring to the inner side. So I always mark it there, mark the top of the band, and then I'll sand it to those two lines for the top. Just because I learned just as I was going along that the rings finish better if you have the top at the inner side of the rings here. So I always start the ring off with that. Always get this shape initially cut at the bottom, and then I sand to there. And like I say, I do it on the 6-inch round, getting the shape in for that. These are more straightforward because they're basically, I sand the tops flat and then I just sand like a 45° on each corner, and that's actually that complete then. And with the blank, I'm just keeping it a square blank because I basically just want people to see, as I said, it's just for the photographs really. So that's that. So we'll go to the bench sander now and we'll do a bit of shaping, and then it's ready to polish after that stage. Okay, the next stage of the pendant is to get it onto little sanding discs. What I need to do now, as you can see from this, the sanding that I did to originally shape it is quite rough. So what I need to do now is start on, I actually had 120 on the bench sander, that's what I finished it with. I am now going to move on to these pads. These pads actually are ones I use for wood turning. This one's a 120. I'm then going to go up to 180, then 240 and 400. Let me get 180 out ready. I need to write on that. These pads don't tend to have anything on the back, so I need to just keep a dot of what ones are what. So what I'm now going to do is on each angle of the places where I shaped them, and I will probably actually define the shaping a little bit more on this, and I will probably sand it in that direction and then in the side direction like that, just purely because we're now working down the grits to get the finest lines that we can get before we start buffing it. So anyway, I'm gonna crack on and start this. I will go through all of them with the ring, but well, I'll go through all of them with them all, but I'm going to do it on time lapse, just to save you time. So I mean, it'd be the same with that, go in each direction with this one, and the same at the back, same on the ends. This is obviously the blank, which is going to be used just to demonstrate the colour, and it will be exactly the same as that. And then what I'll do is I'll come back when I've shaped them all, and hopefully we've got all the scratches out. Sometimes when you're back on the buffing wheel you do get the odd scratch, and then I use light sandpaper then just to try and smooth the scratching out. Okay, we'll get you on a time lapse for that. Right, back onto the polishing. I'm not going to explain the mops because I've explained them all in previous ones. I'm going to go ahead now, get them all through the free stage, and then we'll come back after that. And basically with the mops you just hold it on, keep turning them round. With the first mop I expect to see all the scratches disappear. There might still be odd ones. Let me move this camera back. There might still be odd ones, and I will keep going back with sandpaper and stuff like that until I actually get them perfect on this first mop. So I'll put it onto a time lapse again, because this could take me quite a while to do this. Okay, just wanted to come back. That was the first buffing wheel done, and as you can see, I've got quite a difference just with that, which is what you want really. This is the other two. So they're ready now to go on to the second stage. Before I do that though, on the Dremel, I've just got these little mops. I'll put a link in for them because they're great little mops. I just use them on the Tripoli. I'll just show that. Hope you can still hear me. Bit of Tripoli on there, and they actually push right inside in order to polish the inside of the ring. Just to make sure that we get it as clean as the outside of it. I had been looking for quite a while for something. No, switch that off. That's actually done the first stage of it, so that I wanted it to match in the rest of the ring, and on some of them I was having a job getting in, but these little mops they just go into the ring lovely, and they'll just sit on the inside of it and go round for polishing. So these are really good, and I just use the Tripoli. I use the same mixture on each mop. I've just got separate ones for each mop, and that's the final one. Okay, I'll carry on a time lapse and do the next stage of the polish now. This should get any finer scratches out, and it should start to shine it at this point. Okay, that's that bit done. That's the final polish on it. It attracts the fluff, that's why I'm keeping wiping it after it's done. The inside of the ring's done. Got a nice view in the inside of this one. Okay, so that's the ring. This is the blank. Like I say, this is just for photography purpose. I wasn't overly strict with it. I wanted to have a view for the photographs. So that's that bit. And the pendant. Right, so the next part that we're going to do is we need to do the presentation for these parts now, and I'm going to go and show you the design of box. It's going to be a new design of box. I did do one, but it didn't come out that great, so I'm off to do another design of a box that I can present the ring and the pendant in, because this particular one will be a two-part. So that's going to be the next thing anyway. We'll talk about that. I've pretty much shown you on the ring ones, but I just wanted to go through the process once and for all, and then that it'll probably be my last video on the jewellery. Okay, so that's the end of part 2. All that's left really to do now is the box. I'm hoping that the box one will go out next week, but I'm actually waiting for a part to come through for the laser engraver at the minute, so not positive about that. But as soon as that part comes in for my laser engraver, I will show you how I'm going to be doing that with the laser engraver and tell you a little bit more about that. But that's for the decorative box, which is the final part. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. If you did enjoy it, give me the thumbs up. If you didn't, give me the thumbs down. If you've got any questions, please leave it in the comments below. I shall tag everything that I've used in this project down in the description from where I get it from. It's the stuff that I actually get. So yeah, feel free to check that out, and the next one will be part 3. Thanks for watching.